Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. This is episode 594 of the show. We're 6 episodes away from 600 episodes. I'm really excited about it. It's gonna be a wild Memorial Day weekend. Probably the biggest. And I'll tell you one thing. Memorial Day weekend, I think some of the wrestling companies have picked a great time for getting all the pay-per-view events out, because Memorial Day weekend, holiday weekend, everybody will be, everybody getting their grills up, and it's supposed to be in the 70s coming up, which is really, really cool, and I think it's been pretty exciting. So, another event tonight will be Impact Under Siege. Will be on in a couple of hours, and I probably not going to be able to watch because I'm watching SmackDown. But however, though, I will make my picks and predictions there. I'll watch the event later on, early over the weekend after Night of Champions is over. Watch that, because I have a lot of videos to do, man. I'll tell you what, this is going to be insane. So, what I decided to do was, I have decided to put Impact Under Siege. I'm going to do my picks and predictions here. PTW Event Center for Impact Under Siege. Let's run down the card. The world title on the line and a no disqualification matchup. Steve Macklin defends against PCO. Meanwhile, the Knockouts titles on the line. Deonna Purrazzo defends against Jordan Grace. The stipulation is, if Deonna Purrazzo wins, Jordan Grace will not get a Knockouts title shot as long as Deonna Purrazzo is champion. The tag titles will be on the line, as ABC, the Ace and Bay Connection of the Bullet Club, will defend their titles against former NXT UK Tag Team Champions, former NXT UK standouts, Subculture, that will be the team of Mark Andrews, Flash Morgan Webster, along with Danny Luna in their corner. The X Division title will be on the line. Trey Miguel will defend it against 8-time former champ Chris Sabin, who will try to go for his 9th championship. 6-pack challenge for the number 1 contenders match for the world title. Moose versus Jonathan Gresham versus Yuya Uemura versus Eddie Edwards versus Frankie Kazarian versus Alex Shelley. The digital media title will be on the line in the countdown before Under Siege. Joe Hendry defends it against Dirty Dango. In a non-title match, Knockouts Tag Team Champs, the Coven, that's the team of Taylor Wilde and Kylan King, go up against the Death Dolls with Jessica and Courtney Rush, formerly known as Rosemary. Nick Aldis going one-on-one with Kenny King, and Trinity will go one-on-one with Giselle Shaw. Now, I've written my predictions on here, so let's get right to it. The world title, somehow Champagne Singh and Shira will probably get involved since it's a no DQ match, so Macklin may end up retaining. So there's that. Deonna Purrazzo against Jordan Grace. I believe that Grace, with that stipulation, I believe Grace may end up winning it somehow. And Ace and Bay Connection versus Subculture. Subculture is not officially signed with Impact, but that's why I'm picking ABC. Who knows? If NXT Europe gets up and running, Subculture, we might see them back there. So that's why I'm picking Ace and Bay Connection to keep the titles. Now, Trey Miguel and Chris Sabin, I'm picking Sabin to win. I see Sabin going for a record 9th championship. Now, this one's a tough one, because with the exception of Eddie Edwards and Moose, no one else has held the Impact World title. But I got a hunch that Frankie Kazarian is going to walk out the victory in this matchup, unless he ends up starting a fight with Eddie Edwards down the road. Joe Hendry defending a title against Dirty Dango. I think Santino is going to get involved in this, helping Hendry out. Hendry will retain. Coven versus Death Dolls. Now, this is a different version of Death Dolls, like a fun-loving version of the Death Dolls. But I see the D-Dolls take it. The D-Dolls. I'll call them the D-Dolls. And they'll probably get their Impact Knockouts Tag Team title shot the fallout of Under Siege. Nick Aldis versus Kenny King. I think Aldis is going to teach that punk kid a lesson unless Sheldon Jean gets involved. And Trinity will be the victor over Giselle Shaw, despite the fact you got Jay Vidal and Savannah Evans. I got a feeling that Tasha Steelz may get that involved in this matchup to even the score. So, these are my picks and predictions for Impact Under Siege 2023. Check it out. I'll read down the matches just in case you don't read my handwriting. World title on the line in a no DQ matchup. Steve Macklin defends against PCO. I picked Macklin over PCO in that matchup. Knockouts title, Deonna Purrazzo defends against Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace, I pick her over Purrazzo. Tag team titles on the line, the Ace and Bay connection. Ace Austin, Chris Bay defends against Subculture. Mark Andrews, Flash Morgan Webster with Danny Luna in the corner. I picked ABC to retain the titles. The X Division tag titles. That'll be crazy something to see. The X Division title on the line. Trey Miguel defends against Sabin. I see Sabin capturing X Division title number 9. And then 6-pack scramble. Moose versus Jonathan Gresham versus Yuya Uemura versus Eddie Edwards versus Frank Kazarian versus Alex Shelley. I see Kazarian winning that. Digital media title on the line. Joe Hendry versus Dirty Dango. I see Hendry retaining the title. The Coven versus Death Dolls in a Knockouts tag team match. The titles are not on the line, but I picked the D-Dolls to win that matchup. Nick Aldis versus Kenny King. I pick Aldis over Kenny King. And Trinity versus Giselle Shaw. I picked Trinity to win her match. So that is all the time we have on the show. If you're watching Impact, check out the card. Check out my picks. Give me a few minutes. Yep. Tell me what you guys think. All right. On the next episode 595, I'm going to give out my Night of Champions picks and predictions. So hang in there, ladies and gentlemen. And and that will be it for episode 594. Actually, yeah, 594 to show. I got to make sure I'm right about this. EDBD, I think my own brain farts are coming in. Let's see. Episode 594. This is episode 594 of the show. Eric Lima Shenanigans, 1977. Impact Under Siege PTW Event Center. So that's all. So that's it. So next up will be Night of Champions. That'll be tomorrow afternoon here in the States. You know, there are lots of good things, positive things coming out at the press conference. People in Saudi Arabia, they love Sami Zayn. I'm kind of shocked after, the history with that whole situation. And just for, Sami Zayn to get some kind of reception, a huge positive reception over there, that means a lot. That meant a lot to Sami, I'm sure. So that's a huge thing for Sami Zayn right now. I am very, very happy that, he was welcomed positively. After, if you read reports and everything else, just for him being welcomed positively in Saudi Arabia, that's a huge, huge deal for him. So for him, that's a, it's a positive step in the right direction, I'm hoping. So like I said, Night of Champions, I'll talk about that on the next episode of episode 595 Eric Lima Shenanigans in 1977. So that is it for now. So until the next until the next episode rolls around, Mr. Announcer, please take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget production, and in association with A Sweet Bowl for Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.